What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. I thank you so much for watching, viewing, for trying the recipes. Our dessert series is continuing. Honestly, the banana bread was amazing. It finished the next day. I basically shared for everybody though. So today we are going to make a twist on apple crisp. So honestly, I was today years old when I found out the difference between an apple crisp and an apple crumble. Like, I didn't even know. Like, then I saw apple cobbler as well. What is all of that? But basically, an apple crumble and an apple crisp is the same thing. Just an apple crisp is an apple crumble with oats. Yeah, that. So that's what we're making today, an apple crisp. It's really easy. You need some apples. Honestly, the sweeter it is, the better, because then you're not gonna have to add a lot of sugar into it in order to make it yummy. Yeah. So some cinnamon, cardamom, nutmeg. I think I use these spices a lot, but anyway, I digress. That's what we're using, as well as some oat flour or ground oats, rolled oats, as well as, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but you'll see it in the video. So let's get into it. The first thing we're gonna be doing is making the crumble for the top. That's the streusel that we put on top, and it's gonna be made with some rolled oats, some oat flour. You could use regular all-purpose flour or any other gluten-free flour that you like as well. So just a little bit of that goes in there. Use coconut sugar or cane sugar. You could use sweetener as well, but I feel like the brown sugar adds like a nicer look and texture to it. So go ahead and use some coconut flour or some regular cane sugar. It's honestly not that much, so your macros aren't going to hate you. So put that in there. To that, you're gonna add a little bit of salt, as well as some cinnamon. Yeah, and just mix it around. To this mixture, you're gonna add some melted coconut oil. You could also use butter. I've seen people use maple syrup as well, but I think like the oil adds like a nicer crunch to everything. So go ahead and use some coconut oil. So pour it in there. And you want to gently toss it around so that the coconut oil coats the entire mixture. Not until it's combined like a pastry. We don't want pastry. We just want the coconut flour coating all the oat and the oat flour and everything. It'll make a really nice streusel at the top. You will know when it's fully coated when you see the mixture change to a darker brown look, and it kind of clumps together just a little bit, the oat flour that is. So once you're satisfied with the look of your streusel and you feel like it's thoroughly coated in that coconut oil, you're gonna put this in the fridge while we prepare the filling. So the filling, it's apple crumble. So you're gonna get some nice juicy apples, your favorite type. You can use Granny Smith, Gala apples. Honestly, there are specific apples for this, but you can go ahead and use whichever one you like. And we're basically just gonna cut it and slice it into even pieces. So you wanna peel, take the core out, and then slice. You can leave the skin on if you like, but I just prefer it peeled. The skin does add a different texture element to it, but if you decide to leave it on, you'll see what I'm talking about if you take it off and you're into it. You can snack on the skin. I do. It's so good. I love apples. Like, I don't understand how there are people in this world that don't like apples. I don't understand it. But I think it's a really cool little snack. So you want to thinly slice the apples. You could go thinner than this as well. You could use a mandolin. Honestly, I don't really trust myself for one yet. I feel like it's a weapon for the kitchen. But if you have one, you can use that. It'll make your life a lot easier, to be honest. I ended up using like about 7 apples to get the required measurement. But depending on the size of the apple, you might use more or less. So once all your apples are sliced, transfer it to a bowl. In this bowl, you want to add a little bit of lemon juice. Toss that around a little bit. And to that, we're adding cinnamon, some cardamom, nutmeg, as well as some 0-calorie sweetener. You can use any sweetener you like, to be honest. But since my topping already has brown sugar, trying to balance it off, so I used a 0-calorie sweetener. You don't have to use a whole lot either, depending on the type of apple you get. And then to that, we're gonna add a couple tablespoons of flour. That just helps it stay together. Okay. So coat everything in that mixture. I should have used the bigger bowl. That's my story of my life. All right, once your apple mixture is completely combined in all the spices, you want to grab a pie dish as well as your streusel from the refrigerator. I'm looking at my dish now that I was ready to use, and I don't think it's big enough. Okay, 1 second, let's play it safe. Okay, I'll use this Pyrex dish. It means that mine will be a little thinner, but it'll be fine. So you go ahead and you dump your apple mixture to cover the bottom of your baking dish. Here. Thank goodness I used a bigger dish. That would have been interesting. So make sure your apple covers the bottom of your dish, and then you're gonna just evenly distribute your streusel on the table as well as in your pie dish. Because it's tradition at this point, you know, the table has to get some. So you just want to evenly distribute the topping. You don't want to press it in or anything, just make sure it's evenly distributed, and then it's going to bake at 350 degrees for 40 to 45 minutes or until the top is nice and golden brown. So we'll put it to bake now. Alright, so my apple crisp is out of the oven, finally. I left it in for 10 minutes longer, so originally put it for 45 minutes, but I left it 10 minutes longer so that it could get a nice golden brown on top. It looks really beautiful. In here smells amazing. Now, let me tell you, fall does smell like something. I know we are in Trinidad, but that's what this smells like. Anyway, time for the taste test. So you want to leave this to cool for 15 to 20 minutes, let the apple firm up a little bit. And then you could top it with stuff. So you could top it with either some coconut ice cream or yogurt. I'm gonna try the two today because I'm feeling hungry. Yum. This is gonna be so good. A little dollop of yogurt goes in this one. And a little bit of ice cream. So you can see that the topping is really nice and crunchy. And then you have the soft interior of the apples. It's essentially baked oats on crack. Oh, this is really good. I really like the tastiness the yogurt gives it. Okay, this is definitely a vibe. I have some coconut ice cream. Now you could definitely go with whichever one you desire. I mean, depends on how, you know, calorie conscious you feel like being that day. Ooh. I don't know which one I like more because they are both amazing. The only thing though, the ice cream does make it a little sweeter where the yogurt really just cuts the sweetness of the crisp itself and it mellows down that sweetness where the coconut ice cream heightens it. They're both really, really super delicious. You don't have to top it with anything. You just, you know, this is just for a little bit of extra flair. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a try, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and stay safe. Bye!